Dealers are trying to dump this car's ASAP after Trump got president. In the summer of 2021, before an array of union-made electric vehicles parked by the White House, then-President Joe Biden announced that he was setting an ambitious target. By the year 2030, 50% of new vehicles sold in the U.S. would be battery-powered. There's no turning back, Biden vowed before taking a joyride in a plug-in electric Jeep. Now President Trump is trying to, well, turn back. We will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers, he said in his inaugural address. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. One of his first acts in office was to revoke Biden's 50% EV target. That target was never enforceable on its own. It served as a signpost for other policies that would have more tangible effects. Likewise, Trump removing the target doesn't change anything now. Consumer tax credits are still available. State mandates and federal emissions rules are still in place. That's because an executive action on its own can't undo or overwrite laws. Trump identified his target as the electric vehicle mandate. The federal government does not directly require that electric vehicles be sold. But Republicans have argued that regulations to cut vehicle emissions effectively serve as mandates because automakers would face high costs if they did not sell more EVs. Part of Trump's roadmap ahead is to revise rules, particularly emissions standards set by the Environmental Protection Agency, but also fuel economy requirements from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. All push companies to build more EVs than they would otherwise. But before any regulations can change, an agency has to propose adjustments. Then there are mandatory public comment periods, and the agencies are supposed to incorporate the feedback into any changes. That means it will take a few months at least. But Stephanie Brindley, Associate Director of Auto Intelligence at S&P Global Mobility, says she thinks it'll be much faster than during the first Trump administration, when it took more than 2 years to rewrite auto regulations. Part of the reason that it can happen faster is simply that the Trump administration's team knows more than they did last time, she says. The Trump administration has also lambasted subsidies and incentives, like federal tax cuts, that encourage sales and domestic production of EVs, calling them market distortions. Trump's executive actions do not affect the availability of EV tax credits. To change those will require an act of Congress. But both the House and Senate are controlled by Republicans, and they're eager to find ways to save money to balance out the other kinds of tax cuts that Trump has promised. Eliminating EV incentives could help that cause.